Hey, Shawnee from SpeedCubeReview.com. Let's talk about finger tricks. Now, that's a term that I've never really liked to use because it makes it seem that there's some special thing you're learning to do. What finger tricks are is basically moving the cube with your fingers instead of your wrist. But what's important with it is being able to do as many moves as you can without re-gripping the cube. For example, an A permutation I can do without re-gripping the cube at all. And doing finger tricks, being able to turn the cube with your fingers and not full wrist movements, is going to help speed up your algorithms. On top of that, you'll also be able to get them in your muscle memory more and not have to look at your fingers. When you can just set up your hands and do an algorithm without thinking about it, it's going to make it much easier to do in the long run and much easier to memorize as well as set up for the next step if there is another one. Now, as far as learning finger tricks, there's a lot of tutorials out there. Sometimes there are some weird cases, but for the most part, I feel that finger tricks are an intuitive thing. So for example, let's go back to that A perm. The one where it starts with an R prime move, or you could say it's a lowercase L prime move. You can do it all in one motion. Now there's a lot of people, and I'm still kind of guilty of this at times, where they do that first move and then re-grip the hand to do a couple other ones. A small re-grip like that is not bad, but of course we want to minimize it as much as possible. That's also why some things like an N permutation, like this, is said to be more efficient by turning it sideways and going, because there's less re-grips and a little more finger trick friendly. I personally like the N perm that's like this. It's a lot more moves. Instead of 14 moves, I believe it's 21, but it flows really well. Now, like I said, finger tricks I feel like is a very intuitive thing. There are times when looking up how other people do things can help because there are sometimes some things I don't think of. But for example, the Orwell parity algorithm I do can look something like this. But that's a lot of regrips. So what I end up doing is figuring out a way to do as little regrips as possible. So I've limited it down to 1 at this point. And I don't have to reset up my hand when I start. I just do U moves with my left hand as well as my right. And that's made things flow a lot better. I think what prevents people from being able to do finger tricks intuitively is that we haven't practiced how to use both hands efficiently. So doing U2 with both hands is very important. Same thing as D moves with both hands. I don't think M moves with both hands is essential, but it can be really effective to be able to do it with your right hand as well, which I am not as proficient at. So if you came here looking for specific finger tricks, you probably won't get them in this video. If you're having trouble with a specific algorithm, definitely you can search that on YouTube or put it down in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to let you know how I do things. But most of all, try just messing around with the cube. See what you can do with your fingers to make it so you have the least amount of regrips as possible. Thank you very much. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and as always, stop by SpeedCubeReview.com for more news and reviews.